We decided to migrate to Canada because we wanted to give our daughters a choice in the future where they want to live or work.
We also met various consultants and listened to their services as well as their track record.
I honestly thought we would be better off doing it ourselves.
I was looking for other countries to migrate, but for immigration consultant, I went directly to CPIS. As I mentioned, that it was highly recommended by my friend.
I came across the ad of Canadian professional offering the service of obtaining an AEO, which will help increase the score and reduce the waiting time.
It was then that I learned that one of my close friends have just arrived from Canada. He said so many good things about that said country. At that time, I began looking at Canada as another option for our family.
I was very impressed about the knowledge about the programs in Canada. Actually, I was already talking to another agent before I got to know about CPIS.
We looked around at the opportunities in the Philippines as well as in other countries. And so we compared the opportunities in various places that we've lived in and visited, and finally decided that Canada offered the best opportunity for our children.
The moment I stepped into the seminar room, that changed everything because I've seen two fine individuals who are very professional and explained the rudimentary things of going to Canada.
When I first came to the Philippines, I'd worked for several other companies, and I noticed one thing very, very interesting, that there were no Canadian companies, no Canadian consultants running a Canadian immigration consultancy. One of the things that I wanted to do, I wanted to be the first Canadian that would run and operate a Canadian immigration consultancy firm. I am a Canadian, and I feel very strongly about people going to Canada and how they should be prepared. And that was one of the reasons that it was very important to me to open up a company that would service the market of Filipinos wanting to go to Canada.
Established in 2001, Canadian Professional is registered under the Securities and Exchange Commission and specializes in immigration services. It has its head office in Makati and associate offices in the cities of Cebu, Ho Chi Minh, Vancouver, and Halifax. Dale Thompson, President and Senior Consultant, is one of the 3 certified Canadian immigration consultants based in Manila. This certification is awarded by the Canadian Society of Immigration Consultants, which is a body that is responsible for protecting the consumers of immigration services by ensuring that its members are Canadian citizens or permanent residents, have passed the required knowledge and ethics exams, and have obtained an errors and omissions insurance. Dale Thompson is also a member of the Canadian Association of Professional Immigration Consultants, which is an organization that is committed to promoting and protecting the practice of all Canadian immigration consultants. It also supports continuous professional development and improvement in all areas of immigration practice, giving its members like Dale the ability to deliver highly competent and ethical services, deserving of public trust.
Well, I think Dale, between the consultants that we've met, I think Dale is quite professional and he is quite knowledgeable about the programs.
It took us quite a while before we finally signed the contract. There are several programs that Dale offered us until finally we found one and we signed the contract.
And quite frankly, we also at the same time explored other alternatives with other consultants and other firms, but finally Dale was able to develop and find the appropriate path.
Canadian Professional guided us every step of the way.
My case has not resulted in immediate success. At one point in time, Dale offered me a refund of his professional fee because of a foreseeable delay. Hopeful that I was, I rejected his offer, and after barely 8 months, and without an interview, a permanent resident visa was stamped on my passport.
I thought it was just another agent, but then when I was attending the seminar, I saw that the company really sort of evaluates and gives you an honest opinion of whether you qualify for Canada or not. I think it's their honesty that really caught my interest in engaging your services.
We want to make sure that you're qualified. You know, many people ask me what my success rate is. What's the success rate? Well, our success rate's 100% because if you're not qualified, we're not going to accept the file. Why would we waste your time and your financial resources when the case is not qualified? So it's very important for us to understand, to go through basically your initial application process. We want to make sure that you're qualified for the program that we've chosen, and if you're qualified, then you can basically expect to see a visa in the given time that we've granted.
Canadian Professional has a widely established network of legal and business associates abroad that have successfully assisted the company in expediting immigration processes. To name a few are Richard McPhee and Nigel Thompson of Vic McPhee and Liu. Through the years, Canadian Professional has built a solid team of passionate people dedicated to handling client services, administration and finance, and processing duties.
I've lived in the Philippines now for 10 years. I almost feel Filipino. I almost feel like I'm about 40% Filipino. I understand how important it is for family. I understand how important it is to look at the greener pastures element. Our job is to make sure that we can guide the process along, not only in the paperwork, but guide the process along as to lending our knowledge and what we know about Canada and helping the Filipino, our clients, make a decision that will affect them in a very positive way.